Supposedly, Marvel's Blade show is going through yet another round of rewrites. It was reported shortly before the writer's strike that the show was beginning rewrites, and now it's been reported that they're starting from scratch again. Given recent comments made by Disney CEO Bob Iger, it's possible the show won't release at all. Disney CEO Bob Iger's recent comments on, quote, quieting the noise in the culture war have been making the rounds on YouTube and various media outlets recently. Disney's fearless leader is doing what I can only refer to as damage control following a slew of uninspired, unremarkable flops at the box office. In regards to Marvel, in his recent interview with CNBC, Iger spoke about Disney's, quote, cost containment initiative, and that pulling back on the amount of produced content would be a must.
In our zeal to grow our content significantly to serve our, mostly our streaming offerings, we ended up taxing our people way beyond, in terms of their time and their focus, way beyond where they had been. Marvel's a great example of that. And frankly, it diluted focus and attention.
Too much. I mean, you almost indicated kind of it's been a little much. Do you pull back in a way?
Yes.
You do.
Spending less on what we make and making less.
It seems like Iger is almost starting to figure it out. I don't think he'll ever completely figure it out, but it's oddly refreshing to hear him say this. Obviously, Marvel is costing too much money. They spent well over $1 billion to produce a litany of shows specifically for their streaming platform, a platform that hasn't turned a profit since it's gone online, I would add, and their movies just aren't guaranteed to turn a profit anymore either. Fans just aren't that into it anymore. Maybe it's superhero fatigue, as so many keep saying, maybe it's the steady decline in quality of content, but either way, it's happening. Blade is one of these upcoming Marvel projects that's slowly becoming less and less likely to actually happen. They'll likely go ahead and make it, given that they already made the announcement, but you can bet that any future announcements won't be as chock full of content. Reshoots and rewrites are becoming more and more common with these sorts of projects, and that sort of thing is typically a bad sign for an upcoming film or show. Maybe the test audiences didn't like it, maybe the higher-ups didn't like the script, maybe things on set were just really disorganized. Regardless of the reason, it's definitely not a good sign. The Marvels, which is supposedly coming out in November, was delayed 4 times. The Echo Show, releasing in January, had multiple reshoots as well. And the rumor is that Kevin Feige called the show unreleasable. Now that's only a rumor, but given that all the episodes are supposed to drop at once instead of being spaced out, another bad sign. Just get it done and over with, nobody's subscribing to watch this show. I actually think Blade could do really well. He's a recognizable character that people love, unlike a lot of the characters we've been graced with in recent years, played by an Academy Award-winning actor who people also love. The question becomes, how well can a show really do on streaming? Disney seldom releases the numbers on how well a show did on streaming, and even when they do, how can you trust it? And how do you quantify a success? Number of subscribers added since the show's release? Streaming as a whole is a failing business model. Disney Plus is the second most subscribed streaming service out there, and they are yet to turn a profit. I assume this is part of the reason Iger and company have decided to chill out on the content. Or maybe they could, I don't know, stop spending $100, $200, $300 million per movie and show just to produce the content. But hey, what do I know? If you like this sort of content, consider subscribing and liking the video. If you love this sort of content, consider becoming a member. See you in the next one.